Okay folks, I made a little video for Facebook in the wee hours of the morning. I was up very early this morning and located and marked several places on this. It's actually a school facility. It's Sunday, so school's out of session. Not a good idea to go on school grounds and metal detect while school's in session. If you can do it, wait till summer, especially during the middle of it, so there's usually not a lot of people out here doing in-service, teachers, principals, all that stuff. The less people see you, the better. It's not like you're tearing the place up, but it's just not worth the hassle. If you look around here, see this kind of goes uphill and it flattens off up there. That's where a house pad was, and even further down there was another house, and you can tell where it's been built up. They've put a pad in. Now this area right in here had a house in 1947. It was gone in 60, which leads me to believe that the house was probably built in the late 1800s. Could have been earlier than that, but it was gone and razed by 1960. So I've actually been out here with an earlier machine. I was using an AT Pro, and it was during the heat of the summer. The ground was hard. We've just been getting killer rain, and so it should be like cutting birthday cake. So I did find some buckles and things like that. Now I'm out here with my deep seeking machine, and I'm about to see if I can't turn something else up. But anyway, I'm going to be a little more methodical than I was the last time I was out here. The last time I was just kind of walking around in zigzags and stuff like that. I want to go back and forth up in this area. But anyway, when I find something, I'll get back. Okay, first thing we have is this, and it's either going to be copper or silver or something because it's heavy. But what I think it is something that got melted in a fire. So this is either a burn spot, either they burn trash or something like that, and a metal object got in there, or the house itself was burned, or this is where they took and kind of dozed everything over and burned the remnants of the house when it was destroyed. So in this case, what I like to do is just get a sample of an idea what kind of metal we're dealing with. It's pretty hard, so I don't think it's tin. It showed up as an 83 on my machine, which is usually like a quarter signal. Anyway, that's pretty hard. I don't think it's tin. The only thing I can do is take it back to the house, clean it up, and test it for silver. See if it's a piece of melted silver. It could be a spoon, for all I know. But junk silver is good silver, even if it's melted. What you really need to do is invest in a test kit. You can use the acid tests for silver. You can use the 14 karat acid test and see if it'll work. Otherwise, you can also do the boiled egg thing in the mason jar. You can look all those tricks up on the internet. But we'll keep this and see what it is. The other thing I do is I'll use MAP gas and see how quickly or how slowly it melts. If it takes a while to get this melted, it's a good chance it's silver. And I probably will end up smelting this anyway, just to second check what's going on, even though it may pass the acid test. But that right there is at least a half ounce, 3/4 ounce of silver, if it's silver. So I've got hundreds upon hundreds of dollars of melted stuff like this that's silver. So don't always just throw your melted slag stuff off in the trash. It could be good. Okay, this was an 83-84, and it said 3 inches deep, but I think I got off to the side of it. And now what scares me is I should have gotten that out. So I'm either off to the side of it or something. So it gives me a chance to at least show a live dig. So let's see what happens. Make sure it's... I'll get that retuned. Back this direction. scares me a bit. Now I think it's something big like a can or a mason jar lid way down there. I think I'm still off to the side of it. Let's go this way. Probably don't want to get skunked on this one. Yeah, it's way down there. That's going to be a big piece of iron or a mason jar lid, and I think I feel something. Let's see if it's coming up for me. Yeah. Ooh. 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 There we go. Okay, this is what Jeremy lives for. I don't really get into going for gold rings and stuff like that. I'll take them, but I'm more interested in relics. And what we have here is an old Chevrolet badge that may have come off a hubcap or who knows what. Well, it's got some decorative even on the back. That's weird. That's cool. Chevrolet. I'll have to look that up and date that. But heck yeah, take that stuff, car stuff all day long, man. All right, on to the next. That was worth digging. Next find is one of those plates for a doorknob. This one's not extremely old, but it's not a new one either. See, there's a kind of rope type braid that goes around the outside, and it's made of solid brass, so it's not the cheap pot metal, you know, with the zinc and a little bit of iron and all that good stuff. So it's old. It helps me date this side a little more. So I'm thinking, you know, early 1900s up into the 50s, that sort of thing. Anyway, that's the next one. Okay, I didn't get it out of the ground in one piece, but it's the top of a mason jar. Has the glass, the white milk glass. This one's a Ball brand. I usually only find them with the glass broke, so I'll hold on to that piece of glass. Maybe Kim wants it. If she doesn't, it'll just go in the trash. But I remember my great-grandparents using these. So I don't know when they stopped using the glass tops with the rubber seal, but you know, now it's just all kind of has that metal lid, and you'd have a gasket that would run around here, a rubber gasket, back in the old days. But the rest of it is down in the hole. I just couldn't get it out. It was so shredded. Anyway, that's what this is. So helping me date the site again. Not a great find, but there it is. It's really just a guess. Let me see if I can get in some light. It's kind of shaped like a, you know, a smoking pipe, but it's not. It's I keep chasing that sunlight. There's some checkering right here where my thumb is, and then there's a flange, you know, or a shoulder there, and then it goes up into this. So it makes me wonder if like a rubber hose to fit over this, if this is automotive, or if this is some sort of gas fitting, you know, like a rubber hose went over that, maybe part of a Dearborn heater, something like that. But first of this kind of thing I've ever dug. Anyway, I'm gonna go. It's another melty blobby thing, but it rang up a solid 88. Was about 3 inches down. I don't know if you can see the little shine, but it was hard to cut again, so I'm not thinking tin or pewter. So maybe some silver in there, maybe some more melted spoon. We'll see. Okay, this one's got me really stumped. There's this part, and then there's this part, which appears to be stainless steel. This part's aluminum. I found it like this. Okay, so it makes this strange U shape. I haven't a clue. You know, I started thinking, is this like from an old lamp, like a harp for a lamp? But alright, You tell me, world, what is it? I'll hold on to it and put it on ID me on Facebook. If you go on Facebook, there's a group called ID, is an I, letter D, M-E, ID me. So if you find stuff in the ground and you don't know what it is, or if you find stuff at a swap meet or in this cleaning out your grandparents' house, you have no idea what it is, sign up with ID me and post it on there, and those guys are pretty quick about finding out what it is. So that's my What's It so far for the day. Oh man, I about had one of those flip out moments, because it came out this way and I thought I had a plate, like an old belt plate. Well, it is. This is a belt buckle. It's like a Western style. And the cool thing about it is it's intact. I think I can go ahead and get that cleaned up. It's still got the tongue right there. So that thing will shine up. I'm sure it's made of copper. But that'd be pretty groovy. It looks like it's got some more designs on it. I see some leaf and there's something going around the ribbon. But it's not jacked up. Looks like there's a place for engraving right there and here too. But I don't see anything. But it looks like there's something in the middle, but I won't know what that is until I get it cleaned up. It may be nothing at all. How strange though. There's no engraving on the nameplate. Oop, there's a little digger rash there. I got it a little bit. That's cool. Alright. Yeah, check it out, man. Yeah! Tumble that rascal and put that on a belt, dude. That is awesome. That's an antique. Man, this spot worked out. Let's go get some more. Okay, I haven't got a clue. Maybe I do. I think it's automotive or something to do with a motor. A gas. Anyway, I don't know if this is like a float for a carburetor. Something attaches here. It's got a key. It gets keyed in. Some threads there. There's some sort of knob, obviously controlled by thumb and index finger. Either that's some sort of vacuum line or fuel in, fuel out. And then it's got some other sort of band deal that goes around here, and that looks like that would go on with a gasket and bolt in. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know what it is. I'm not real keen on gas engines, small or large. But it's different. Okay, just saw a guy that pulled up here and says he had a house. His house used to be over there, and he lived over there until the 80s. And I didn't see that on the map because it was gone before 95. But he did point out and said his grandfolks had a place over here. It looks like they would have earthworked all that out. That was what we saw in 1960 on my historic aerials. Still got a house down there. Original house is supposed to have been right in here. So I'm going to work my way. This whole area I've been working is just full of kind of like ballast stones for the railroad. You know, those kind of granity rocks about that size. So I don't know if that was part of the guy's house pad or if it was part of his driveway. Anyway, it's been heck trying to get through. So off we go. I'm going to try to sneak over, I think, into some older and out of this railroad ballast stuff that I can't even dig through. This time we got a little kind of like a mini Zippo lighter, and it says Austin Trucking Machinery, and the manufacturer is Halco product. A little promotional item from Austin Trucking Machinery. I have to look that up on the internet and see when they were in business, when they started business, or if they're still in business. That's groovy. I like promotional products. Y'all know what that is, right? Man, I ain't seen one of these in a long time. Yeah. If you're 40 years old, you remember these. One was hot, one was cold, or it was just one.